Then welcome guys to another top 10 hidden power enemy series. I hope you all enjoy the video and enjoy the background voice.
A hidden power that no one expected, and one that arrives at the perfect moment. Welcome back to Animeology. We've got a collection of the absolute best anime with an MC that has a secret hidden power. We know you've probably seen the big ones before, so we've got some recommendations here that you probably haven't seen yet.
Number 10. Devil is a part-timer.
A brilliant comedy fantasy series. The Devil is a Part-Timer is easily one of the biggest names on this list. A fantastic anime with a really unique idea. We follow the demon lord Satan. Facing off against powerful heroes and seeing his generals get defeated, Satan is forced to escape his magical world and arrives in modern-day Tokyo. There is a lack of magic in our world, and Satan is forced to change his form to appear to be a normal human. He also takes up a part-time job working at a fast food restaurant. The story really picks up when Satan in disguise comes across a beautiful girl that is actually one of the heroes that are hunting him down. A brilliant anime that really explores the personality of every single character in a really fresh and mature way. A fantastic watch with no other series quite like it. We definitely recommend you check out The Devil is a Part-Timer. You will not regret it.
Number 9. Nora, Rise of the Yokai Clan.
One of the most interesting action dark fantasy series with a very interesting take on the supernatural, Nora is an all-round great anime series that was seriously underrated and definitely deserves a watch. Making waves when it was first released, Nora has since been forgotten. We follow Rikuo Nora, a half-human and half-yokai demon. In the day, he lives as a normal human, but at night, he assumes his yokai form. Our hero tries desperately to embrace his humanity and attempts to do as many good deeds as he can, although his grandfather does want our hero to become the head of the Nora clan. Helping humans, leading his clan, gathering friends and allies, facing off against revolutions and unrest within his own clan, Nora explores a lot of interesting and engaging plots with some of the best story arcs we've ever come across. A brilliant series that is one of the strongest character studies more than anything else. Rikuo Nora is not exactly your traditional anime MC, and that's definitely why we love him so much.
Number 8. Seraph of the End.
A fantastic dark fantasy series set against a grim and bleak post-apocalyptic world that is filled with an awesome reimagining of the classic vampire tropes. Seraph of the End is a full-on entertainment franchise that has since seen multiple manga, anime, and video game adaptations. There is a lot to get involved with here. We learn of a world that's ground to a halt due to the release of a horrible man-made virus. This virus has led to most people on the planet dying, except for children under the age of 13 remaining completely fine. At this point, we start to see the emergence of vampires, and all sorts of other monsters start to arrive from within the earth. Things we considered myths and legends start to appear as the normal human race is severely weakened. These vampires quickly rise to the top of the food chain and start treating the rest of humanity as cattle, offering protection at the cost of blood donations. We follow the young Yuichiro and his friend Mikaela as they plan to escape from their orphanage. This leads to the horrible death of Mikaela and Yuichiro to have an insane amount of hate against vampires. A fantastic series with an insane MC that you do not want to miss out on.
Number 7. Blue Exorcist.
An absolutely brilliant series that has seen a huge level of success as a manga, film, and multiple anime series. With its signature flavor of dark fantasy, the world of Blue Exorcist is one that you will not want to leave. The backdrop of Blue Exorcist is a universe with 2 dimensions. These 2 dimensions are attached to one another. One is filled with humans, and the other is filled with demons and ruled by Satan. It was initially thought that an actual bridge between these worlds is impossible. Demons are able to pass through to the human realm, but have often remained unnoticed. But there do exist these guys called exorcists, people that are specifically trained to hunt down and destroy dangerous demons that cause problems in the human realm. We learn of this secretive organization of exorcists that is led by the Vatican Church itself. We follow Rin and Yukio Okamura, two twins that learn that they're actually the sons of Satan, but were also raised by an exorcist. Torn between worlds, we are soon dragged into an epic journey of adventure and betrayal.
Number 6. The God of High School.
A great anime series that blends comedy into a fun martial arts and supernatural powered world. With an interesting and strong core concept, this series had us on the edge of our seats right from the first episode. We also learn of 3 separate realms: the human realm, filled with people, the sage realm, filled with demons and other spirits and monsters, and the heavenly realm, filled with many powerful gods from all across. The series itself surrounds one of the largest martial arts tournaments in the whole world. This tournament's got competitors from these 3 realms facing off and fighting against one another. Through powerful magic, supernatural abilities are shared between humans, demons, and gods, in order to make the fight fair. But our MC, Morijin, is such a skilled martial artist that he doesn't actually need any magical help whatsoever due to his insane martial arts abilities and his hidden powers that make him far more powerful than you would originally think.
Number 5. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
An interesting and awesome sense of science fiction, although not too heavy or far out there. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya feels very grounded, and it's still able to hit on some core emotional notes that had us yearning for more. We follow Kyon and his classmate Haruhi Suzumiya, as he is dragged by her to join up and establish a secretive club called the SOS Brigade. This club deals with all sorts of weird and strange mysteries. From aliens to time travelers, we really have no idea what's next. A really awesome school club that's filled with a number of interesting and eccentric characters. But we soon learn of the hidden power behind the titular Haruhi Suzumiya. Turns out that she is actually an insanely powerful being with crazy hidden powers. She's able to literally warp reality and she has no idea. The members of the SOS Brigade try and keep things interesting because they fear that if she becomes bored with this current world, she could actually just alter the entire universe and create a completely new world.
Number 4. Parasite.
Well respected and universally loved by seasoned anime veterans, Parasite might not be the biggest anime out there, but it is definitely considered as one of the greatest ever made. A science fiction horror thriller type series, this anime focuses on the crazy adventures of a 17-year-old high schooler after encountering a strange alien creature. These aliens arrive on Earth and start drilling into the brains of humans, entering our minds and taking control of our bodies. But our MC, Shinichi Izumi, is lucky as a parasite enters his body through his arm by mistake. This parasite is an intelligent being that has completely taken over Shinichi's right arm. With separate brains and motivations, the two need to work together and face off against a number of interesting and strange enemies. From enemy parasites to the military, Parasite the Maxim is at its best when it attempts to answer the more serious and heavier questions out there. The meaning of life, of existence, our relationship to the environment, the meaning of love. Do yourself a favor and check out Parasite, you're not gonna regret it.
Number 3. Fairy Tail.
A brilliant adventure series that takes us to a fun and fictional world that is a lot like the one we live in, but with some awesome changes. The Earth of Fairy Tales is filled with magic adventurers and wizards that use their awesome powers to fulfill paid quests. We follow Natsu Dragoneel, a dragon slayer wizard on his journey across the kingdom on the hunt for his missing adoptive father, the dragon Igneel. Over his epic journey through the kingdom of Fiore, Natsu comes across another beautiful wizard by the name of Lucy, as we soon start to see more and more members join our adventurers. Each with their own hopes, dreams, and desires. Working together and getting closer with each passing episode, we're taken along on a number of awesome quests, from catching criminals, illegal dark guilds, and even facing off against ancient demons.
Bungo of Stray Dogs.
An awesome action mystery series with a strong supernatural flavor to it. The real strength of this series is the brilliant core characters that will definitely go down as some of the greatest across all of anime. The series itself focuses on a young man that is kicked out of his orphanage and saves a depressed detective that was trying to kill himself. We soon learn about MC's hidden supernatural power, the ability to turn into an actual tiger. Our MC is recruited by the suicidal detective into his own agency, as we come across and meet many other supernatural detectives as they travel around and solve crimes, facing off against the mafia and dealing with the black market. Bungo Stray Dogs goes to a number of interesting and exciting places, but with some awesome characters and a clearly defined vision. There are few anime out there that are as great as this series.
Number 1. Plundura.
A phenomenal anime series, this action fantasy title is unlike any other and one that absolutely needs to be checked out. Set against the backdrop of a visually interesting and engaging post-apocalyptic world, we can't help but get drawn into the epic adventure of our two main characters. A world that is dominated by numbers, with every single human being having a special number count printed somewhere on their bodies. This number is tied to an important part of their lives. If the number drops to 0, this person is dragged into the abyss and is said to be dead for eternity. We follow a young Hina, a girl whose number corresponds to the number of kilometers she has walked. Her mother was dragged into the abyss, and her dying wish was for her own daughter to find the legendary Ice Warrior. For the past 5 years, Hina has walked the lands. The story really kicks off when she meets the strange and oddly perverse knight known as Lichtbach. Things get even stranger when we realize that this powerful knight actually has a negative numbered count.